Welcome to my all-time least favorite camera. It's a jack of all trades and certainly a master of none. Like its other Sony brothers and sisters, it has an overly complicated menu system and ergonomics. But the extra features and overall versatility make it a must-have for fieldwork like news reporting and documentaries. The chunky battery goes right in the back, slide it all the way in, and then push down until it clicks. Flip the power switch and open up your LCD screen. And if you're not seeing anything, remember to flip open the lens cap. SD cards go in the back. And open up the menu before you start shooting. Go to record settings and just take a look at your FPS. If you're recording for something fictional or narrative, go for 1080 24p. But if it's for King's TV, set it to 1080 30p. The buttons just right to the LCD screen control the menu. The outer ring is for your iris, which changes the darkness or brightness of your image. The next ring is for zooming, and the outermost ring is for focus. Don't even think about using this camera without headphones. Here's the hidden input. When using an external mic, make sure you're aware of what input you put it into. So I just put it into input 1, which means over here in our initial microphone settings, I'm only going to tamper with input 1. Most handheld microphones require 48 volts of power, so bring that switch down to mic plus 48V. Here's where it gets complicated. The camera has two channels of audio, one going to your left ear and one going to your right. From here, you can program the camera to use multiple microphones and send the signal to two different channels. But for our purposes, for the most part, you're only going to use one microphone and send it to one channel. The way to do that is to plug the microphone into input 1 like I did, and then set both of these switches to input 1. Excuse my massive fingers, and look closely at what input 1 is referring to. Input 1 on the second line is actually in the middle of the switch. This is again just another example of bad Sony ergonomics, but we'll make do. Here's the last thing you need to keep in mind. Another hidden switch. Set your headphone monitor to stereo mix to make sure that the camera is mixing both audio channels, otherwise you might hear nothing. Another nifty feature of this camera is its built-in ND filter. ND filters are like sunglasses. The higher you flip the switch, the darker the image gets. It's really good for a bright day. Of course, set your focus to manual. Real filmmakers use manual. Down here, notice the white balance button? When you click that, it's going to toggle between daylight and tungsten. So if your image is too blue or too orange, give that a click. At the bottom left, note the L, M, and H switch. That's low, medium, and high. That refers to your gain. Your gain is going to also brighten your image, but at the expense of creating noise. Look at that. Ugh. So set your gain to low when at all possible.